Ty, you know these two men very well. The Firestar Pro Wrestling Academy trains, works out several times a week right here in this arena.
Every day these guys are here, some in Greensboro, training, honing on their craft. This happens to be Grant Watt's professional wrestling debut. Look at this, just flying out the grate, just fast. Huge pinfall here, but these guys know each other very well. They train with each other every day. This right here is actually SoFly Manilow's 5th match in professional wrestling. So like you said, these guys are very young, very new to the game.
Now, it's interesting that you say that, Ty. This has been the match or fight that we've seen. This is the 4th one, and this one has more of a pro wrestling feel than the previous 3.
I wonder if that has to do with these two young men being so young in their pro wrestling journeys, maybe not quite as quick to acclimate to this new set of rules. We've been talking about that all day.
Yeah, not having the item in their Rolodex. I realize that just dated me, but I've been using it for 20-plus years.
I understood it. It's okay.
There's probably a Rolodex app for these kids or something, probably.
I need to start saying database.
Yeah, database. Notepads on their phone, whatever. These guys, just straight, like you said, they only have two. They've been training for 6 months, both of them. 6 months experience here.
Oh, into the bridge. No, could not hold him on the bridge.
I was about to be impressed. I mean, the arms folded.
Everything, no hands. Look, no hands.
I like the very sort of Japanese young lion look on both these men. Just the plain black trunks, plain black boots. You know, you sort of almost, in that school of thought, Josh, you almost sort of graduate into being able to put more emphasis and touches on your presentation.
Yeah, it's Ring of Sport. This is what it is. It's sports-centric. There's finite rules and no flash, little substance outside the actual wrestling action. And so it makes them focus and pay more attention to what they're doing in between those ropes.
Whoa, we got some.
Whoa.
Wow, look at this.
Good technique there.
Look at this.
Good technique there from Watts. He just wiggled free.
And the crowd just came alive for that.
Look, I'll go ahead and say that. That was pretty fly.
That was, but SoFly just stepping out of bounds. He's got to familiarize himself with these rules here. He's got to get back in play in the fight. This is not
his cornerman.
Yeah, this is not traditional pro wrestling where you can really manipulate that referee's count. That referee's count is firm. It's coming whether you're ready or not in these Ring of Sport rules.
Whoa. I'm surprised I didn't make a pun there, Brad.
I really am. As it was leaving my lips, I was like, I'm setting him up here. But you did. I'm proud of you. You're showing growth here. Oh!
Hey, already? Wow, first round? Whoa.
Well, look, time flies when you're having fun, and I know these round formats make it tough for these competitors because, we were talking about it earlier, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes is an eternity when you're hot, sweaty, gasping for air. But, us sitting here talking about it makes our job easy.
Yeah, I name-dropped Trevor Lee earlier in the broadcast. I got to spend a lot of time with him in his formative years and then later on. And Trevor would run these marathon training camps, like 3, 4, 5 hours of just grinding guys into the mat. Literally, in the course of about 15 years, I got in there once just to see what it was like, and it brutal. And just to your point, though, Josh, just a couple of minutes can be excruciating in that setting and can feel like forever.
Yeah, you're still trying to catch your breath.
Yeah.
Well, being here tonight, too, with all this talent, it's real easy to just lose track of things that are going on here.
Cradle, shoulders down, could not hold him. I tell you what, both these young Lions have brought a lot of support here tonight. Very electric atmosphere here for both these young men who are early in their careers. Cradle, can he hold him? Both men have had trouble. Oh!
He just decked him.
I was going to say both men evenly matched physically. Both men, Josh, have had trouble holding the other man down for any length of time.
Yeah, one of the things I want to talk about, that referee has the best seat in the house to see if that was an elbow strike, not a closed fist, which is illegal.
SoFly really has the experience advantage here.
Well, he's holding him too.
Oh, wow. And the strength advantage.
Cover. And to your point, Ty, and Josh, I want you to hone in on this. you train pro wrestlers, you coach pro wrestlers. How big of an experience advantage is it to have even 5 matches under your belt compared to literally being in your first pro match? It's huge.
You can train for several years and think you have all the tools that you need to be successful, and all that gets thrown out of the window within the first couple minutes of your first pro match. 5 of those, 5 times the advantage, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, like you said, it's just the whole. Hey, look, no hands.
Trapped him and got him. First fall.
Got him.
Look at the face of. Oh wow.
Look, Mom, no hands. Successful.
Classic pro wrestling there from Grant Watts. Very similar to the old Danny Hodge roll-up, the old Oklahoma roll, had the bridge on it. Very classic pro wrestling here.
Got these cornermen here.
More students from the Firestar Pro Wrestling Academy, correct?
Yes. On the corner of SoFly Manilow, we have Cyber and Fire of No Joke and Just Chris Young. And over here on Grant Watt's side, we have backstage interviewer, actually, Brian Cornflakes, the son of legendary Firestar commentator David Cornflakes.
What?
Yes.
You have been doing your journalistic homework, Thailand.
Yes, I have. So yeah, so these guys got some good cornermen out here.
Manilow with the short arm scissor, a great old school tactic that you don't see very often. Yeah,
we actually had a student not too long ago say, I look at that and it doesn't look painful. Can you show me how it's done? 5 seconds in, he's like, okay, I get it now.
Watts trying to manipulate the shoulders down.
And that's the thing about SoFly is he looks at a lot of old Japanese wrestlers in the 90s and he follows a lot of old wrestling that he's trying to look for old tactics, old holds. I keep saying the word old, but a lot of things that you don't see nowadays, and he wants to bring those back because a lot of these younger talent don't really know how that kind of stuff works. Trying to get that advantage right here.
Strong body-to-body contact on that elbow.
He looks at a lot of old Japan, not so much new Japan.
Oh.
Yes. Okay.
You redeemed yourself on that one. They are throwing elbows.
Yep.
But again, no closed fists. Woo, headbutt.
Hey, okay.
Headbutt's a little questionable. You see Mike Goga stepping in there.
Hey. Okay, he's admonishing him.
Yeah, he said, I will not tell you again.
Well,
jeez almighty.
Oh,
I don't think they're listening to him.
No, they are not.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Grant falling down, though, but SoFly leaning on the ropes.
Yeah, the ropes are holding him up, and that could be the difference here.
I'll go ahead and tell you, Grant, with that outstretched arm, that is an indicator of some possible loss of consciousness.
Yeah, you hadn't. It's all, it's bone and stuff, but, the brain rattles around in there, and that knocks you, that makes you loopy and dizzy. Your equilibrium, especially in this hot climate in here, just makes it that much worse. Oh,
Manilow for the win. Sit out powerbomb, dead center of the ring. Got him. We are tied up at 1 fall apiece, boys.
Yeah, it's just like a pickled egg in a jar. It can get damaged, that's for sure. And I think that is definitely what happened there, and SoFly was able to pick up the fall there.
Manilow won, Grant Watts won.
So the next fall will win the matchup, or a potential knockout or technical knockout, as always, will win the matchup.
Look, that pure heart, he's reeling, guys. He is reeling.
Yeah, Watts is taking a long time. Watts is taking a long time to regain his composure in the corner. He's got to answer the bell. He's got to fight, Ty.
Yeah, definitely. Brian Cornflakes trying to give him some advice, telling him what he needs to do to get back in this. But like you said,
failure to answer the bell, very, very, pretty much the same thing as failure to answer the referee's commands. You've got to be in the fight.
Definitely, if he was to stand there, it wouldn't have behooved me to like SoFly Manilow could have just charged him because the bell's rung. You're ready to go. Got to go.
We've talked all night about how these Ring of Sport rules, you cannot manipulate the clock like you can in traditional pro wrestling.
That is what a good corner man. Yes, sir.
Yes, positively.
Yes.
He is raising the energy level in this room.
The crowd loving it.
Both of these young competitors brought a lot of people here to see him fight tonight, and neither person wants to let their support system down. Boy, he just grounded him. Man, he just grounded him. All that, and that's a great veteran move. That's a great veteran move for somebody that's only had 5 or 6 matches under their belt. Manilow just put a halt to all that energy that had been created in the room. Slowed it down. Shut it down.
That's it.
Well, that's a tight arm bar.
Look at that. And he's putting all that weight on him, too. He's just looking around. It's like, I know I've got you right here. You're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you're trying to get every bit of molecule of oxygen you can, having your face shoved into that canvas will definitely pumping some brakes on that.
That's a gorgeous arm bar, Ty. That will separate your shoulder. Yeah, Watts has got to get back up to a vertical base and alleviate some of that pressure.
Breaks it with a strike. And, oh,
Cradle got
another
nothing.
victory roll.
Yeah, he tried that earlier.
Right into the cover. No. I want to say both officials have been on the money all night tonight in every one of these fights. We've talked about the competitors, the fighters, having to acclimate themselves to a brand new set of rules. This is venturing into uncharted territory for the officials as well.
Oh, yeah, but I wouldn't put it past, like you said, they acclimate real well. This is why we only have the best referees here at Firestar Pro Wrestling.
No,
I don't think it's nothing on them, nothing for them.
Two of the best in the game here with us this afternoon, in Kevin Pierce and Mike Goga.
Big Mike Goga, you got to remember that Big Mike.
Big Mike?
Yes, Big Mike. You see
the last Big Mike I know, it didn't work out that well for him. So
who's Little Mike?
There's no Little Mike. It's just Big Mike. Who's Little Mike?
The one-eyed thing from Monsters Inc. Right?
Mike with one eye.
Wazowski.
With one eye.
No. Well, I don't know. He's got Big Mike's got some muscle on him.
He's on Dream Street.
Watts is struggling.
Hey, snap.
And Watts has really struggled in this round.
He's holding that arm, man. He's been working. SoFly been working that arm.
He has only got seconds remaining if he can hold on, but he cannot go to the ropes to save himself.
He's gonna get to his feet.
Standing 9. He's got to get his hands up.
Yeah. Oh, saved by the bell.
Yeah, absolutely.
Grant still going. Saved by the bell, but I don't think he might have heard it. Look, he was still reaching.
And I want to say, I want to, for lack of a more articulate term, I want to put Manilow over right there. You saw him after the bell sounded. He looked down at the man, and you could almost see the wheels turning, thinking about a cheap shot, and he did not take it.
Yeah.
You could almost see the wheels turning, and he did not take the cheap shot. He wants to win this thing on the up and up. I think that speaks well to his character.
Definitely. Over halfway through this contest here, this fight, 5 rounds in. Grant need to pull something out. High flying, look at this.
Oh,
nice.
But he made the most of that break during the rounds.
Okay.
Because Grant Watts has come out with fire in his eyes.
I like it. Oh,
woo!
flying high with a huge forearm.
Oh, cover
This
could
is
have a
great.
knockout here. No.
Wow.
Yeah, definitely made the most of that 30-second break. We're that deep into this contest where the break goes from 15 to 30 seconds, and that might have been the breath of fresh air that the Pure Heart needed.
Well, he popped that can of spinach, and he's back in the fight. Oh, man. German suplex. He might not be any longer. No.
I got that right.
Manilow has done an excellent job of manipulating his opponent throughout this contest.
Hey, guys, did we just go down to Mexico? Because we're about to surf
Oh, man, this hurts so bad.
coast.
Oh, this hurts so bad.
It really does. The knees.
Oh, this hurts so
my
bad.
God.
Oh, the ropes. The ropes. Oh, Goga's not calling for the break into the chicken wing. Into the chicken wing.
Almost. Is he going to tap?
Yes, he does.
There it is.
Great control of his opponent, gentlemen. Great control of his opponent from the surfboard into the chicken wing, and he got the tap.
So there we go. The end of that round. A decision starts the break, and it looks like
Oh, wow.
we're split here.
The crowd.
Your winner in this contest, SoFly Manilow.
Yeah, to your point, crowd definitely split here, but man, they have really shown a lot of respect for both these young athletes. Hell of a showing from both men, 2 of the top prospects of the Firestar Pro Wrestling Academy here in Greensboro.
Yeah, I don't know many people that win their first outing in professional wrestling, so do not hang your head low, Grant Watts. There will be many more down the road, I'm sure.
Look at that. Because SoFly just, like, he's been there. Look at how quick he just extended the handshake.
Heck of a contest, heck of a showcase for the rising stars of the Firestar Academy. Bell sounds, we are off and running, and Ty, you know both these men very well, two men that have come up in the sport together, trained together. The familiarity between these two is going to be second to probably no other fight on the card today.
Definitely, these guys were best friends for like 10 or 11 years, and then all of a sudden Jesse Alexander Carter, Jack, wanted nothing more with him and decided to, stab him in the back. And these guys have just been having knockout, drag-out brawls every time we see them in the ring, either on Superfire or Future Blaze. These guys, this has been a whole rivalry in the making here.
Cradle almost got that first fall quickly, Josh.
Yeah, I was just getting ready to say, his mama calls him Jesse. I'm going to call him Jesse.
We'll call him anything he wants.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to call him Sir.
Look, Nadia called him a lot of things. I don't know if I could remember all that.
Yeah.
But, yeah, the familiarity between these two makes for a different fight than Tim versus Bobby Wasabi, right? The familiarity, knowing almost, okay, can you overthink it, right? I think you're going to go right, so I'm going to make you go left. But knowing you will know that, right?
And you're absolutely right. And I got to say, David Parrish, perhaps learning a lesson from our first fight today. He's going for quick falls to get that first fall in the bank.
Look at that, almost stomped his face in. David with the quick thinking, rolling out of the way here. We also got I know it's supposed to be a one-on-one contest, but look at Jack's cornerman, a member of the Back Alley Gang, Mr. A-OK. You got to wonder, I know these guys don't like each other so much, but you got to wonder, it's always a numbers game generally when the Back Alley is out here.
Interesting point. That is another one of those infractions. If there's any type of interference, I mean, it's instant, right? So we've got a lot of cameras rolling around. If the referee doesn't see it, does it still fall in? You know what I mean?
I'm going to say no. We saw Bobby Wasabi use the ropes, kind of flirting with an infraction there. And if the referee can't call it, I think it relies back to that traditional pro wrestling logic. Just like in sports, if the ref doesn't call it, you get by with it.
Yeah, we talked about it.
There's tons of holding plays where holding doesn't get called in pro football.
Every
right, absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh, wait a minute.
That's interesting.
Nice little pretzel there from Jack.
Great cradle, did not get him.
Nice little gator roll right there. That's the amateur wrestling background of Jack.
Jack's not from Florida, but that gator roll.
So obviously size, strength, and I think striking ability is going to go to Jack. David Parrish has got to use his quickness here, Josh. But again, like we talked about in the first fight, a lot of those typical pro wrestling tactics where you can create space are kind of out the door here. What does David Parrish have to do to overcome the physical stature advantage that Jack has?
Well, I think a lot of going into this, when I was looking at the match on, looking at the, I was going to say, looking at the matchup on paper. I would think that David Parrish would lean more into the amateur wrestling stuff, the cradles, the picks, things of that nature. And oh, wait a minute. What was that?
Jack snuck in a strike after the bell had been called on the round. That's the first infraction of the rules, 1 of 3 for Jack. And not taking anything away from not taking anything away from David Parrish here, but Jack is so aggressive and so intense. If he doesn't mind his P's and Q's on the infractions of the rules here, he'll beat himself.
Yeah, he's definitely not one to walk the line, so to speak.
Oh, boy, raw power.
Really care. He didn't really care about that infraction, too. You saw he just rolled his eyes, said, whatever, doesn't matter. In his mind, he's going to beat him either way.
I will tell you.
Good Lord, he's got him tied up, Josh.
I was a commentator for a professional wrestling match in really couldn't tell you what town it was in, but it was a 2 out of 3 falls match, and the one of the competitors grabbed a chair and hit his opponent over the head with it. It awarded a fall to his opponent, but then it now made him easy pickings to pick up the following falls. Interesting game plan, so I'm wondering if maybe Jack is following within that as well. Hey, you can slap my wrist, but I still got it in, right? It's like in law, right? You object, but the jury still heard what the objection was about.
He says no.
Got him tied up. Interesting tie that it looks like Jack is going for more submission-based. I would have thought it would have been a striking game for Jack.
Same here. He's the god of combat sports. I would definitely think he would try to show his striking prowess that he has over David Parrish, because David Parrish is strictly like amateur wrestling.
Now, one of the things when I was talking about the matchup on paper, wait a minute, he got him cradled.
Using that size advantage.
David Parrish would lean into the amateur wrestling, and I thought Jesse Alexander Carter would lean into the MMA side of it, right? Strikes and submissions. You thought strikes, he's doing more submissions, but he's looking at it more like being in the octagon. So,
classic pro wrestling hold, the abdominal stretch, perfectly legal in the confines of the ring of sport. Now, you want to watch that free hand of Jesse Alexander Carter to make sure no cheap shot occurs. Parrish able to free himself, Ty.
Yeah, definitely right to the straight guillotine, but this is where the size advantage comes into play. But he kept it.
He's got it.
Guillotine.
He's got him trapped.
Is he going to tap?
Parrish, he freed himself. Jack freed himself. Parrish may have it on the other side, though.
Also, that's so dangerous. Yeah, I was going to say that's so dangerous. His shoulders being down on the mat, it just takes 3 heartbeats.
And Jack has got that power advantage if he can manipulate those shoulders down.
1, 2.
Yeah, you saw the body language from Parrish. Had to get off the canvas. Oh, hold on.
Oh, he's got his whole body weight on his upper body there.
Beautiful transitions from these two.
Wow. Straight to a deep-seated rear choke.
It's one of the great things about this concept, gentlemen, is that depending on the individual competitor's background and the type of fight that you're going to have, we had Tim and Bobby Wasabi, which is strike-centric, and this is an amateur mat contest,
Yeah.
basically.
That's exactly what it is. I'm starting to wonder when it's going to devolve into.
Oh!
Right there.
Second time, though.
No.
Second
What?
time.
It was a.
Second infraction. That's the second time in as many rounds that Jack has struck his opponent after the bell.
Was that after the bell? I don't know. It seemed like right at the same time. It was.
Oh, very much after the bell.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Closed fist.
And I think at this point, he got his money's worth on that
Yeah,
one.
he did.
Okay.
He absolutely did. You don't want to advocate that, but if you're talking straightly from a strategic standpoint, you're exactly right. It was worth the warning on that one because he rocked Parrish.
Look at him. He's staggering.
I learned a long time ago, you can bend rules before you break them. And I think that's exactly what Jack is doing in this one.
But once again, he only has one more infraction, and the fight will be called in the favor of David Parrish.
Goes straight to the wrestling right here and a takedown.
I wondered earlier in the fight if Jack could control his intensity and could control his anger and his rage.
Good point,
So-
because this is so
Yeah.
rule specific. There's a little bit of leeway in traditional professional wrestling. This one, it dials him in a little bit more.
Nope, round continues.
Parrish again trying to maneuver those shoulders down.
Well, look on the right side. Jack's almost got a Kimura in. We can see it over here.
Parrish has repeatedly tried to leverage pins, but the legs of Jesse Alexander Carter are so damn strong, he keeps kicking him back.
One of Jack's legs is about the size of both of David Parrish's legs. So, yeah, definitely. This is size advantage here.
Single leg crab, Josh, he doesn't really have it set down
Yep.
properly.
Yeah.
He doesn't have it all the way up, all the way in.
That's exhaustion. That is,
Yeah, this is just
that
buying time.
That is the heat. That is the cardio. That is just those shots to the head.
Oh, yeah. And you'll get dizzy a lot faster in a hot building like this. Oh,
Yeah.
dear. Oh, inside cradle. Great wrestling hold. Couldn't hold him, but he transitions right in. Oh, boy.
Ooh. He's got an Americana in. He's trying to lock that in.
Oh, this could be a fight stopper right here.
If he gets, he might break the arm.
Look at that gable grip from David Parrish, but there's the power of Jack. He was able to break it.
Oh, this could get nasty real quick.
He's throwing them strikes to weaken him.
We've talked about it
You
before.
got to wait. Those are forearms.
He's got to break. He's got to break or he'll be disqualified.
Referee's discretion there.
Again, Carter has got to adhere to the referee's instructions for the duration of this fight. He has got no more infractions to throw away here.
Yeah, and if he picks up that third infraction, DQ,
Yeah,
go home.
Parrish will win the fight no matter who's ahead on points, no matter who's taking the most punishment. Jack is like a tiger in a cage.
I'm not even sure that Jack really wants to is still dead set on winning this fight. Really, he just wants to hurt David Parrish.
Oh, charging
And
in.
maybe.
Oh,
Oh, look at
Parrish.
that.
Parrish is taking such a beating. Oh, jeez.
Going
That's
right
the
back
pin.
to it. Yep.
Got the fall. Oh, and you saw Jack cock
He
that
was-
fist back, but he could not
He was
spare.
ready.
He could not spare the extra shot. So Jack is up 1 to nothing. And Josh, Parrish has been on the defensive pretty much that whole entire round.
Yeah, going into this, David Parrish was going to have to rely on his quickness to avoid those strikes and such from Jack, and slightly unsuccessful, I would say.
I believe we may have a cut on Parrish. I see the official donning those gloves. Oh, jeez!
That's it.
What?
What? Oh, my.
Yeah, I don't
Oh, hold on.
Jack doesn't care.
Jack is absolutely not adhering to the official. I believe that Carter has been disqualified. He's opened the cut on the man's head. I believe that Carter has been disqualified.
Yeah, those elbow shots. Those.
That was Jack's third public warning, disqualifying him from this contest. Your winner, David Parrish.
Yeah, there's the official word. David Parrish wins the fight, but those elbow shots, that is a bony protrusion that can break skin.
I mean, he won the fight, but did he really win? I mean, look, he's laid out, cut on the top of his head.
He's gonna get the winner's purse. I can tell you that much.
Yeah, I think that this is more of a moral thing for Jack. He just wanted to put additional damage on David Parrish, who he's been at war with over the last 6 to 8 months.
This isn't the first time that Jack has busted David Parrish open either.
And this issue between these two, unfortunately, remains far from over.
Familiar with Robert Martyr, what's going on here with these ringmen, but this is going to be probably the closest approximation that you're going to have to an old school professional wrestling match in the veins of like the 30s and 40s, MMA.
Even up through the era of like Briscoe and Funk.
Yeah. So we've got Jackson Drake, who anybody that has ever looked at anything Firestar over the last, 6 years knows Jackson Drake. Robert Martyr, one of those that has quietly plied his trade out of the Florida region, has slowly built up a resume that has a lot of people understanding who exactly he is in the mold of those old school grapplers. And I think that it is not unnoticed that Robert Martyr's corner man is Jay Malachi.
And Elias AK-47. I was just noticing that when they came out here, you saw, if you paid attention to the last show, Future Blaze, Jay Malachi and Elias AK-47 had a long historic rivalry, and all of a sudden they linked up to form a new faction here, and I guess their third man is Robert Martyr. So this is going to be interesting here to watch. We'll see what's going on here.
Yes, but the corner man assigned to this fight was Elias. Oh, hold on. Shoulders down here. The corner man assigned to this fight for Robert Martyr was Elias. Malachi, the former partner of Jackson Drake, is out here basically on his own.
For emotional reasons.
Yeah.
I suppose so.
Intimidation reasons, perhaps. But yeah, Robert Martyr has been making his reputation all up and down the East Coast. I first saw this young man last summer, the annual Scenic City Tournament over in Chattanooga, Tennessee. The afternoon always has a tournament showcasing the future standouts of the Scenic City Invitational, the people who are pegged to be future prospects in that tournament. And in last year's Futures Tournament, Robert Martyr won the whole dang thing.
So I want to point out with both these guys have similar upbringings in the professional wrestling business, as they both started at the tender age of like 13 or 14, both of them, and they've been in this business for about 6-7 years. Robert Martyr was trained under WWE superstar Cedric Alexander, Ricardo Rodriguez, all these guys. Like you said, he's made himself a name in the past few years, working names like Davey Richards and former MLW champion Jacob Fatu, even J.D. Drake. So, yeah, definitely he's trying to make his stamp here in the southeastern region now.
Yeah, I did not realize Robert Martyr had such a strong connection to the Carolinas, trained professionally by our old buddy Cedric Alexander, and told me this weekend that he now takes jiu-jitsu with Trevor Lee.
Oh, wow. That
is terrifying.
Yeah, that is something. Oh, my. So we got jiu-jitsu,
Wait,
grappling.
Trevor Lee still wrestling?
Well, he's
Hadn't
still
seen him
around.
in a few years.
He's still around.
Okay. So we got the wrestling prowess, and it's basically going to be like wrestling and technique versus Jackson Drake. He's all about the striking game really here. He does some grappling, but he likes to get in there. He likes to close the gap, so to speak, and then just strike really hard at various parts of the body.
Yeah, if you're not familiar with Robert Martyr, maybe names like Jonathan Gresham, Zack Sabre
yes.
Jr. That's the style that Robert Martyr in traditional wrestling matches does. I mean, this is right up his alley.
Fit Finley, he told me, is his mentor. He follows him. He followed his career. very closely and tries to pattern himself as those guys and Fit Finley as well.
Now, here's an interesting tidbit. I'm going to scratch your brains here. I first met Robert Martyr when he was 15. I was in Florida doing a guest coaching loop down there around the Orlando area. And to see the progress just in the way he's taking care of his body, the guy means business.
Yeah, I was going to make that remark. He's not the biggest man. He does not have a big frame, big stature, but he has put on muscle just since I saw him, some 11 or 12 months ago. You look at the thighs, the arms. He's put on some weight, and that's only going to help him. That's only going to help his striking ability. That's only going to help him maneuver his opponent on the mat.
Definitely. This is actually my first time seeing him like in person. You know, I followed his career a little bit here, kind of catch up on him. Yeah, totally. Totally, man. I got a job to do, man. So I kind of read up on him. This is why. So this is great. So the fact that he's actually put on some, some size, some mass. Like you say, he's fought, like you said, Jonathan Gresham following suit. And another small guy just trying to put on some weight, some mass.
Great float over. All the pressure's on the shoulder.
One of the things about Robert Martyr is he carries himself. They call it the shooter walk.
Oh boy, 10 seconds left in the round. Shoulders are down here. Martyr's got to save himself, and he does. Martyr saves himself just barely before the time runs out in the round.
Hey, he threw a strike right there at the end.
Yeah, got to watch that referee's count. Break when they
Jackson
ask.
better watch it. Better calm down. Why? So you said Elias is supposed to be the corner man.
Elias was the corner man assigned to the fight. My question is, why is Malachi out here, if not to interfere with his former partner? Corner gang? Oh Lord!
Okay. He said
I don't believe that's the.
Brad, he heard you.
Well.
And we're off into the next round. This is definitely one, if you guys are watching us wherever you stream this is going to be one you might have to watch several times before you can see the little nuances in the – oh, wait a minute, a verbal warning.
And he just –
what was the infraction?
He just held him into the ropes, wouldn't let go. I think that's what happened.
Not adherence to the referee's command.
And he just smiled at that. He brushed it off like, whatever.
Yeah, we don't have the traditional 5 count like you do in professional wrestling matches. It's pretty much the referee says stop it, you got to stop it.
So, gentlemen, do you think that was aggression on the part of Martyr intentionally, or was he just in the zone and missed the referee's command, you think?
Like I said, I've known him since he's 15. He doesn't do anything he doesn't mean to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that was intentional.
He's trying to get into the head of Jackson Drake, as you saw, like right at the end of the last round, where he clocked him in the side of the head right before the bell rang. It was perfectly legal. Okay, and that kind of set him off. Look at that.
Damn!
You hear that?
Now, that brings up to a point we keep talking about Robert Martyr and how he's molded himself into a professional wrestler. Jackson Drake is, oh, Lord.
The high flying.
Oh, caught him! Caught him! Sunset flip! Great pro wrestling hold. Did not hold him, though. Go ahead, Josh.
But Jackson Drake is also – oh, I love that.
Oh, beautiful. Shoulders are down. He's got to stay out of the ropes. Got him.
Woo!
I do not believe that Martyr realized how close to the ropes he was.
Yeah, that one was a quick one. But talking about Jackson Drake, he has packed on the pounds over the last couple of years here. He's really getting into his what they call man body. Right, where you finally stop growing, you're about where you're going to be, you can start packing on the weight, and I think that some of that helped Jackson Drake with a couple of those chops from Martyr kind of absorb the blow.
Definitely, a lot of the people that Jackson Drake has wrestled over the past few years, these hard-hitting people like J.D. Drake. You work J.D. Drake, people like J.D. Drake several times, they'll tune your chest out real good.
From
Definitely.
Who
J.D.
was that?
Drake.
J.D. Drake?
J.D. Drake.
Who? One more time.
J.D. Drake.
Gotcha.
Yeah, to your point, though, Coach, I mean, Drake has gotten himself in tip-top condition. We have, hold on, shoulders maybe manipulated
that's
down.
A chicken wing
may
right
have
there.
him. A lot of us here in the Carolinas have literally watched this young man grow up. And, I mean, you want to talk about somebody that looks like an athlete, that is so serious about this sport. I mean, barely an ounce of fat on him anywhere. He's somebody that is here in the Firestar Pro Wrestling Academy multiple days a week, sweating, training, taking this very, very seriously. Literally sky the limit for this young man.
Yeah, I mean, one of my favorite pictures on Facebook, one of the last times I ever got to hang out with New Jack, and Jack is like 10. I mean, I say that, but he, you look at that picture and you look at him now, and
Whoa!
it's night and day.
Oh boy, that kick would have been a KO if he'd have hit it.
Oh, looking for a shot at Jack right there.
This is the type of matchup that I thought I was going to see between these two guys. It's just the cradles and the holds and the transitions. I mean, it's just if you are in the professional wrestling industry, you want to cue this one up and watch this one at least once a week.
Yeah, you mentioned that shooter walk, and that may be a tough thing to explain for people who aren't around wrestlers a lot. But there are just some people you can look at them and see they know what they're doing.
Now that is close to a fish hook, which
oh boy, hold on, they have him.
A lot of things that are deemed illegal in Ring of Sport. A lot of people, what is that? Well, a fish hook is when you take your finger and you literally make a hook out of it and you pull back on the cheeks. Now, it's small, it's simple, but it is illegal because the corners of the mouth very sensitive.
Yep.
But that was dangerously close. Referee Kevin Pierce was able to make sure that was not it. And that brings me up to another one. A lot of these wrist locks that they are combining here. Small joint manipulation is illegal as well. What's small joint manipulation? Well, that's when you take the finger joints and do things like that. That's illegal. You take the toes, things of that nature.
Become popularized in the past 5 or so years by men like Pete Dunne as an offensive maneuver.
Or Zack Sabre Jr.
Positively.
Yeah. Cracking some fingers. Which, ironically enough, the NWA outlawed until probably the early 90s.
Yeah.
Before it ever became where, okay, we're going to let you do this.
Yeah, every now and then you can find. He slapped him right in the face.
Not
Open
cool.
hand.
Jackson Drake is a glutton for punishment. He loves these kinds of things. You were just going to set him off. Bad idea.
I mean, if you've ever been on YouTube, you can knock somebody out with a slap.
Yeah, definitely.
I was going to say a couple moments ago before things got off the hair, before things got super heated, every now and then online you'll see somebody post copies of the old NWA rule book from the 30s, very similar to the rule set that has been enacted here today on Ring of Sport. Very similar, going back to that old style. Drake trying to free himself. Oh, you see that? Just the tip of the elbow and the small of the back.
That stuff hurts. Definitely right there. We're trying to lock in an Americana right here. Jackson Drake, maybe.
Small little tidbit here. The UFC has outlawed 12-6 elbows, right? Legal here.
Oh.
What does that tell you, right? You can't do it in a fighting competition, but we're going to do it within the realm here of Ring of Sport.
Oh, look at a crossface chicken wing. If he gets this is it. This is his signature submission move.
Boy, that's going to be an incredibly tight chicken wing if he can get those hands clasped. Drake was wise to avoid it.
The strength of Jackson Drake here, just hoisting him up. Jackson Drake, I know he's got the size advantage here, but he's very deceptively strong. He's able to pick up big guys. Guys you think most people Jackson Drake's size you would have trouble with. So he definitely has size and strength advantage over Robert Martyr here tonight.
There's that shooter walk. There it is again. It's those gentlemen that just walk into the building and you can tell that's a bad man. They have a certain confidence to them. They know that they're not going to be messed with because they can handle themselves.
Well, look at this.
Less than 10 seconds in the
At
round.
the clock. He wants to get a fall real quick.
Less than 10 seconds in the round.
He's got. Oh.
Oh, the bell saved him.
Oh,
the bell saved him. The bell saved him. Referee Kevin Pierce pointing to the timekeeper's clock. The bell saved him. Martyr thinks he has won it, but that was the end of the fall. It's going to be the end of the round, not the fall.
Yeah, Jackson Drake was tapping.
The bell had already sounded to signify the end of the round. Martyr thinks he got ripped off, but it was a good call. It was the right call from the official.
There we go. So into the round, they get their.
I want to pay attention here. Actually, look at Drake, Jackson Drake's corner, man. Oliver Sawyer here in the corner of Jackson Drake out here. So you got the wrestling prowess here of Oliver Sawyer. That's a good man to be in your corner right there, especially against corner people.
I was going to say, it's a good man to be in his corner, but if this thing breaks down, he may have to fight two men.
He might. It could be a
I mean, that would be a very
I mean, I don't want to call you out, Ty, but you know they can hear you, right?
that would be a very very pro wrestling environment. That's not really what this is about. The cornermen getting into hostilities, but man, this is the fight so far that has had by far the most tension and the most involvement by the cornermen.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past any at all for Elias or Jay Malachi to get involved.
Whoa! DDT, he rebounded with the knee strike. He rebounded with the knee strike. Martyr may look to get that fall here.
Brain stew! He goes that brain stew!
Good Lord, he stuck him on it. Drake may be out.
That's it.
Got him.
Okay.
We're knotted up.
Okay.
Ty, I learned a long time ago that people that can beat you up don't say bad things when they can hear you.
Point taken. I guess.
I mean,
not really
look.
thinking, I'm just. Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of people that could beat me up. So.
And there's a lot of people out here. Quite frankly, I'm still a little bit nervous about the extra cornerman on this side of the ring, but perhaps my fears will go unwarranted. Jay Malachi certainly seems to enjoy the fact that his former partner is on rubber legs right now.
Look, they're just out here dancing in their corner.
One interesting note about this matchup, I don't know if we caught the rules or maybe you would, pop the Cheeto in your mouth at the time, but this is a 5-minute round matchup here. So the previous fights that we've had today have been 3-minute rounds, which changes. You wouldn't think 2 minutes would change your game plan, but oh, buddy.
Oh, yeah,
It makes all the difference.
2 minutes is an eternity. I've been to boxing gyms where they have the buzzer that buzzes every 2 minutes, right?
Oh.
And people are begging for those 2-minute rounds to be done.
And Martyr right now is firmly in control. Oh,
okay.
You talked about this earlier,
yeah.
Ty.
Glutton for punishment. He wants it. He wants you to hit him.
He likes the
wants
physicality.
you. Come on. He wants it. If you don't give it to him, he's going to give it right back to you, and you ain't going to like it. Look.
Caught him under the ear with that jumping knee.
Stuck him on a pile driver.
That's it.
I think that's it.
Second time in the fight that he's been dropped on his head. Martyr may have hurt himself.
Yeah, I think Jackson Drake's out.
Second time in the fight that Drake has been dropped on his head, and I mean just in the past couple of minutes.
Yep, you can interrupt the Tim count for a pinfall attempt.
Oh, he's in the ropes.
He's on the ropes.
He's in the ropes. He's in the ropes. He's in the ropes. Pierce is calling it back. Pierce is calling it back. He was in the ropes. Out of bounds on the play.
The cornerman, Oliver Sawyer, having to point it out.
Referee Kevin Pierce was able to see it, pulled himself up.
Second time in the fight now that Martyr thinks he has a fall in his pocket. Martyr needs to pay closer attention to the official, gentlemen.
I mean, I might have just kind of stood back and see if we can get that 10 count, and instead he went for the pinfall, which is within his right as a part of the rules, but backfired on him.
In Ring of Sport, more than in any other style of fight, Ty, the official is in control of the bout. Martyr needs to listen to the official. That's the second time in the fight he thought he had a fall, and it wasn't valid.
And it's playing against the mind of Robert Martyr here. Nice chest. That's going to knock the wind out of him.
Yeah, a lot of pride between these two. They want to see who can stand and fight.
He wants another one. Oh, he's gonna pull the pad up. Okay. Those things, Joe, chest taps, they knock the wind out of you.
How much can you take?
I mean, I've heard people say they really get into a fight once they taste their own blood. I'd rather keep my blood in my body.
Oh, boy.
Agreed.
The black-hearted babyface is unloading. Oh, boy. Martyr took him down. That was great thinking from Martyr. Hooked him, took him right down.
He said, okay, enough of those.
Oh!
Nice. Nice.
And I know that we are into our third fight of the evening, and I still have not gotten used to the cadence of these pinfall attempts. So I know that these fans watching live and wherever you're streaming us, it can be difficult. Can you imagine the competitors?
Definitely. Like I said earlier, it's very difficult, very different. You're used to hearing like such loud counts.
Oh, nice.
There's the athleticism.
Hey, but you saw Jackson Drake. He had the arm trap.
Yep.
He knew it.
He had
when that shoulder shot up, he kept hold of it.
Yep, he had a plan A and he had a plan B, and plan B was this wrist lock trying to manipulate the man.
Very nice transition there. any of these competitors that have an amateur wrestling background, I think, have an advantage on those near falls. But you don't need near falls if you can knock your opponent out.
Jackson may be out on his feet. Nope, got the presence of mind to block. Jockeying for position here. Oh, first man to drop the other on his head here could win the fight.
Counter.
Jeez.
Roundhouse. Backhand.
Oh, perfect German.
Bridge.
Perfect German suplex. No.
Gentlemen, let me point that out.
Martyr fired up. Standing C4, Spanish fly. Cross arm breaker. Josh, he doesn't have it quite.
No.
Oh, wait a minute. There it is.
Martyr reaching for the rope. He got it.
He's got the ropes now.
Drake has got to break it. Yes, Drake has got to break it.
So close.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of these things that a split second is going to be the difference between winning and losing this one.
I believe Pierce just admonished Jackson for a late break on that cross arm breaker. I believe Pierce just indicated he did not break in time, and he has been charged one infraction.
So this is getting to Jackson Drake. You got to understand.
Into the round.
I mean, these guys get 3 verbal warnings. I mean, these don't carry over to the next Ring of Sport event. You might as well use them.
Yeah.
And I think maybe that's what they're thinking here, because this is coming down to it, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's a great point. It's almost like sometimes in basketball, you'll see a lot of fouls as the time is ticking away at the end of the game. What does it hurt at this point once you're out of time?
Look, Robert Martyr's not getting up, but Jackson Drake, he's in their corner talking to his cornerman, Oliver Story. He is ready to go. He is roaring and ready to go. Robert Martyr has the 1-fall lead right now, so Jackson Drake has got to pull something out of his hat.
Round 6.
We only got this round and 2 more rounds for Jackson Drake to either get 2 more falls or a knockout in order to secure the victory.
I'm not sure if either of these men, Josh, is going to survive 15 more minutes of this.
I don't think so.
Especially, like we talked about, 100-degree heat in this building right now.
I'm just glad we got smelling salts on the back.
We have 5-minute rounds already. These guys have been going for almost 20 minutes. A little over 20 minutes, actually.
I mean, and that's actual clock running time.
Yes.
That's not taking into account the breaks in between and all that. So
there's buckets of sweat pouring off of both these guys, literally with every strike, every hold. These guys.
Drake trying to free himself, and does.
Oh!
Oh, boy!
Wow!
He's got to get him off the ropes, though!
He's in the ropes.
Woo!
A spinal tap, and Robert Martyr responds by just slapping the S out of Jackson Drake.
Drake freed himself, though. He got free.
But I say, a glutton for punishment.
Blocked it.
Oh!
Woo!
They shot a jack right there and staggered him.
Oh, that could be a knockout.
Yeah, he got the statue arms.
Jackson Drake.
Firmly in the driver's seat is Jackson Drake. No! Swing and a miss. Shoulders down.
2. Oh,
he's in trouble.
Beautiful transition.
He's going for that.
He's going to try to butterfly the arms.
Oh.
In the ropes. He's got to break.
The rope break. Is there
Oh,
the chicken wing. He's got the chicken wing.
No.
Has he got it?
Jackson's fighting that grip.
Oh.
On top of him, not in the ropes.
3.
Got him.
Wow.
Woo! The body control of Jackson Drake to keep himself out of the ropes and inbounds on that pin was something else.
Yeah,
Wow.
that was.
Third fall goes to Jackson Drake.
Wow.
Contest, Jackson Drake.
Unbelievable
Wow.
conclusion to that one. So close to the ropes, Josh. So close to the ropes, but the body control to keep that pinning predicament inbounds and secure the fall
Yeah,
with
and I
it.
think it actually happened beforehand when Robert Martyr rolled him into the ropes, was able to roll him back out to try and get that crossface chicken wing, but like you said, then Jackson Drake countered out, and it just
had his weight on the top side of the shoulders of Robert Martyr, and he had that clinch in, and Robert wasn't able to let go of Jackson so he could kick out.
Hey, I think we need to, security needs to be on high alert right here, because this could boil over real easy.
Show of respect there from Robert Martyr.
Hey. But
Oh boy, but tempers are still flaring here. There's still a lot of trash talking.
I think it was almost like, this time, this close.
Yeah.
Wow.